Welcome back. We appreciate you taking the time to join us on this journey of creating success. As a part of this program, you're each going to receive an Elevated Thoughts journal. If you're in the Thinking to Results program, you'll receive this 90-day journal that will guide you through the full program. If you're in the Elevated Goals program, you should receive a 14-day PDF version of this same journal. When I was coaching my first corporate team, the senior executives came to me and told me that they needed to be told exactly what to do on a daily basis. So I sat down at my computer and I whipped out an Excel spreadsheet that had little check boxes for them to check off everything they needed to do. After 12 weeks of creating these spreadsheets, I thought to myself, there has to be an easier way. And that's where the idea of this journal was born. If you follow everything in this journal every day, you will see major shifts in your life and in your results. If you don't do everything, you won't see the changes you're looking for, or they won't come as quickly. Make sure you check off everything in this journal every day. As we move to day 1 in the journal, you'll see that there is a date next to day 1. If you were starting the program today, you would put today's date in that box. Now here's the key. You would then fill out the rest of the journal today with the dates through the rest of the program. You'll do that today so that you won't be tempted to skip a day. You see, if you skip a day, you won't do a whole lot. And I don't want you to skip the days. I want you to skip the page. This is a self-accountability tool for you to look back and see how committed you were to the process. If you see a lot of blank pages, as you flip through your journal when you're done, you'll know that you didn't give it your best effort. If you filled every page, you'll need a telescope to look back on where you were when you started. Right below the date and the day is a statement that reads, "I'm so happy and grateful now that," with several lines underneath it. This is where you're going to write your goal statement every day. It's a future way of being made present tense. One of my favorite authors, Richard G. Scott, said that we become what we want to be by consistently being what we want to become each day. So we have to figure out, who do we want to become? And then we need to start being that person today. The whole purpose of this first 2 weeks of Thinking into Results, or the whole 2 weeks of Elevated Goals, is to create this statement. This means that you won't have a whole lot to write in here for the first 2 weeks. I would encourage you to try different statements out, though, as you're trying to figure out your goal. Now, I have a question for you that will help you identify the type of statement we're going to create. What is success? Many people believe that when they achieve a specific state in life, they'll be successful. When their bank account is full, they'll be successful. When their kids are grown and successful, they'll be successful. Let me let you in on a little secret. Success is not a destination. The best definition of success I've encountered over these years comes from another great mentor in mine, in Earl Nightingale. He said that success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. In other words, it's figuring out what you really want and then taking steps to go after it. The problem with most people is they don't really know what they want because they've always done what everyone else wants them to do. They ask everyone else what they should be doing instead of going within to figure that out. Over these next 2 weeks, we're going to dig deep with each of you to get clear about what your worthy ideal is. See, your dreams, your aspirations. What is it that you really want? As Napoleon Hill wrote in his book, Think and Grow Rich, the starting point of all achievement is desire. We want to create that deep desire in you. One of the greatest problems in corporations and the lives of individuals today is the lack of desire and motivation. As a leadership development coach, the number one question I'm asked of senior executives is this: how do I motivate my employees? I always give them one answer: you can't. You see, motivation comes from within. If you need to be motivated by something external, it's not going to last. Lasting motivation and desire comes from an inspiring vision, and that's what we're creating. After these 2 weeks, you will feel so inspired and motivated because you will finally have tapped into an area of your life that you really want and that really drives and inspires you. It will take some time, but trust the process, and I promise we'll get you there. Again, these first 2 weeks is all about getting this goal so clear that you can write it on the back of a business card or a goal card, and then write it out in this journal every single day. One question I always get asked is, why so much writing? Research shows that when you emotionally write something down, you're creating 10,000 neural pathways in your brain than when you type or text. You're only creating 600 neural pathways by typing or texting. 10,000 to 600. The reason why it is so important is because writing forces you to create the picture in your mind. And it's the imagination that will drive you towards the completion of your goal. It's that picture. Let's use this miraculous imagination of yours to create an amazing life. As a recap, the first part of this journal is where you write your goal out every day. But you won't have that goal clearly defined until after these first 2 weeks. On the next video, we'll discuss the importance of gratitude. Gratitude is the #1 predictor of a positive, success-filled life. And I'm excited to talk with you about ways you can increase your positivity through gratitude.